Namaste and hello. This is your Sanskrit instructor welcoming you back into lesson number 48. In lesson number 47, we went over a brand new Sandhi rule that involved knowing when we need to change the dental na into the cerebral na. And now we're going to take those rules and we're going to try to apply to real life um, vocabulary um, and sentences. So again, the rule is that when na is in the same word and it's preceded by ri, ra, or sha, and then it's followed by either a vowel, na, ma, ya, or va, then that na is going to change into the cerebral na. And then that rule still applies if you have intervening letters between the na and your ri, ra, and sha. As long as those intervening letters are vowels, gutturals, labials, ya, va, ha, or an anuswar, then it's okay. So now I want to get into the first example that I gave you, where was when I said in the last video that shariram, when it's actually nominative or accusative plural, it's not sharirani, but it's sharirani with a ni instead of a ni. And we're going to go into detail as to see why it has a cerebral na instead of a dental na. So let's zoom in to the word. So if we didn't know about the Sandhi rule at all, then the way we would have put the Sanskrit word for body in nominative or accusative plural would be sharirani with a dental na, correct? So let me write that out for you, along with the pronunciation of sharirani with a dental na. The reason why I am writing out the English pronunciation of sharirani is because sometimes recognizing the pronunciation or seeing the pronunciation will help you decipher it better. And the reason for that being is that take a look at the is sign, the I vowel for sharirani. Comes the order of the pronunciation, the order of the letters in English go with the order of the pronunciation. But in Devanagari, the I, although it's pronounced after the na in sharirani, the I is written before the na. So that's why I have it like that, because it might be easier for you to take a look at the English. But either way, as long as you get it correct, whatever method you choose is absolutely fine with me. Okay, so now moving on. So remember, the letter that we need to focus on, the letter that we need to look for is the na. So our na is right over here. Okay. Let's get that in a different color. So it's our na over here, and we have our na over here. Okay, so that's the letter that we need to focus on. Now that we found our na, let's take a look at what is before our na and what is after our na. So remember what the rule says, that we could have either coming before our na in order for it to become our na. It either has to be a ri, ra, or a sha. So ra is right over here. Okay? So this is our ra, our R syllable. Okay? Now, there is an intervening letter between the ra and the na. If that intervening letter is a vowel, guttural, labial, ya, va, ha, or an anuswar, then the rule for changing it to a cerebral na still applies. This here, in this scenario, our intervening letter is the vowel sign ah, so that's okay. Okay, so this is okay because our intervening letter still applies. Now that we cleared up what comes before the na, let's clear up what comes after the na. So as long as what comes after our na, as long as what the letter that comes after the na is a vowel, a na, a ma, a ya, or a va, then it's okay to change our na into our na. So what is coming after this na is a vowel sign. So our vowel is the I, and that makes it completely okay. So keep in mind, we had to take a look at what becomes before our na and what becomes after our na in our vocabulary word. And now I know that because they all agree with the rule, and that rule again is that when in the same word, if na is preceded by these letters and then followed by a vowel, na, ma, ya, or va, it's changed to our na. And those intervening letters, it's okay if an intervening letter is just a vowel, guttural, labial, ya, va, or ha, an anuswar that is in between the ri, ra, sha, and the na, then it's absolutely okay. That's when we say that we no longer need this na and we're going to change it into our na. And that's why we end up with sharirani. Okay, so this is just one example. I spent a lot of time just explaining this because it had an intervening letter and I wanted to show you why it was okay. In the next video, we're going to go over some more examples so that you could get a hang of it. I know that this is a pretty complicated rule, and I didn't like going over it when I was learning Sanskrit, so that's why I'm very patient with being very detailed when it comes to explaining this so that you can understand it better. So I'll see you in the next video. This is your Sanskrit instructor signing off with a namaste.